While another White House hopeful, Donald Trump, never one, of course, to shy away from making controversial statements. But now it could reportedly cost him his contracts with New York City. The Big Apple is the latest entity, not so happy over comments that he made about Mexican immigrants, illegal or otherwise. Macy's dumped Trump's clothing line yesterday over the same comments, and still Trump stuck to his guns last night with Greta.
Illegal immigrants are pouring into our country. And with that comes tremendous crime. And I've said that, and other people have said it. And by the way, Department of Homeland Security has said it. The Border Patrol has said it. You look at the stories with the tremendous amounts. It's a crime wave. And somebody has to say it. Now, I know it's not nice to say, and I know it's not politically correct. Unfortunately, I'm in a position where if a Macy's cancels my tie, it has no impact. The ties, it has no impact on me. It doesn't have any impact. But the truth is, you have to be able, somebody's going to have to stick up for this country and say it.
Yeah, he's still a billionaire with a B. Macy's or not. And while he might be courting controversy, Trump is shaking up the polls. He is in second place with 12% behind Jeb Bush, according to a new national poll. And he's tied for second with Dr. Ben Carson behind Governor Walker among likely Iowa caucus voters in the latest Quinnipiac poll. So let's talk about this. All right, we're talking about New York City, that officials are reviewing his city contracts. If you've been to New York and you've been ice skating in Central Park, that belongs to Trump. The golf course in the Bronx, the new golf course, one of Trump's courses, the carousel in Central Park. So these are all things that might be affected. Do you think this is going to hurt him?
I don't think it's going to hurt. What New York City does is not going to hurt him. Talk about a group of people waiting for a reason to try to vote Donald Trump off the island. I mean, the PC police were looking for that moment to say, you're not one of us. You're not an elite progressive New Yorker. You've always been a conservative. Now you're running for president and we're coming after you. They've been waiting for it. And you know what? Donald Trump, rightfully so, sticks to his guns. That's who Donald Trump is. He's saying what a lot of people are thinking, maybe a little bit more inartfully and a little bit more blunt than people want, but he's got to back that up because that's his brand.
Stacey, if he were a Democrat, do you think this would be happening? Would he lose Macy's? Would he lose NBC and The Apprentice? Would he lose the contracts with New York?
No, he wouldn't. No,
Why?
He wouldn't. Because he's a liberal. They wouldn't assume what they're assuming now, that he's a racist. He doesn't like Mexicans. He even said he likes Mexicans. He has Mexican friends. He doesn't. I think what he said was, I understood what he was trying to say. He just said it like Pete said, in the wrong way. And he's right. He says things that other people won't say what they think. And that's what I love about him. And he sticks to his guns. He means what he says what he means. And that's what I think we need as a new president.
Sandra, a lot of people agree with Stacey. They like his honesty.
And quite frankly, a lot of American voters have been asking for that. We don't want somebody who's going to tell us, the popular thing. We want somebody who's going to stick up for this country. And Donald Trump, in his response to Greta Van Susteren last night, when she gave him the opportunity not to triple down on this, asking him if he still stands by his statement, in that response, he actually said, quote, somebody's got to stick up for this country and say it, speaking specifically about immigration. So you're talking about the fact that he does have a wide reach in New York City. Actually, that new golf course up in the Bronx, it's the first public golf course that that New York City has seen open in decades. It's a 20-year agreement.
Right.
So you're talking about these agreements with the city that are long-range agreements, and if affected, it could have a big
Liz, is it going to help him or hurt him in the polls?
What I find really odd about this is, de Blasio, I don't know if New Yorkers want their mayor using, their government, right, to go after anybody.
Speech.
Whether you agree with it or not, it is free speech. And, and the fact is, I don't think the Mayor de Blasio, I don't think he's even met one of the city's biggest developers, right? So I don't think he's even sat down with the guy. So I don't know. I just find it a step too far to have Mayor de Blasio treating all of New York City like some socially conscious fund that he can do with what he wants. I think that's really problematic and probably a step too far in de Blasio's part.
I'll tell you this, though. The left is frothing at the mouth because they want to use this as an ability to say, see those Republicans, they're just racist. They're just, again, they're anti-Mexican. And that's why when he's talking about illegal immigration, he's talking about a problem that exists, just could be more artful about it.
Talking about the Democrats.
I thought what Trump
about closing the border.
But I thought what Trump said was too far. I think he didn't word it correctly.
Like I said, he's talking about closing the border.
But we really got to look at what de Blasio's doing, right? I mean, and he's seeking after the national stage already. So I don't know. I just thought that was a problematic.
All right.